Hey there, it's Mike. Well, one of the worst things about being a diabetic is you wake up and not necessarily you wake up, but you always have the chance of having a low blood sugar. And a lot of times, this is can be scary. A lot of people have them under control. Um, and what I've always been asked, what does it feel like for a low blood sugar? Well, to me, it's always felt like my mind's working, but my body isn't. And whatever your body wants to do, it doesn't work with the mind. So that's where you can get very kind of out of it feeling. And I've heard people say it's like you're being drunk. And at this time, a lot of people feel like they need to get something to eat, something to drink, and that's what they try to do. I've heard stories that a lot of time people will go into stores, grab a chocolate bar, and go in and try to sit down and eat. And of course, the shop owners call the cops, and lo and behold, you are arrested. But they don't usually last because most people realize that, if you're a low diabetic. I can remember going into a store to get something to eat because I knew it was, this is many years ago. And I'm being thrown out of stores because, they just don't want someone who's drunk or someone who is on drugs to be in their store. So a lot of times you're asked to leave. But this also isn't the greatest, so you should always try to have something on you. A lot of times I will have candy, what are they, lifesavers on me. Now they tell you to eat something, so I try to take the little Kraft um, crackers and cheese or peanut butter and cheese. Just something to tide you over until when you're able to eat. Coke for me works. Now, the problem with me and the problem with a lot of other brittle diabetics, or I forget what the new word is, liable or livable, is that you don't feel when you're low. You don't feel when your body's going too low. You'll only feel it when it's at the point of crisis. So you have to have someone that will help you tell you're low, whether it be your pump, which has worked for me in the past, but a lot of times I don't hear the pump ring. So you have a dog, and the dog alerts, and the dog is a little bit more persistent. The alarm I seem to turn off. So in my mind, I turn it off. And I get so complacent with it. It's that annoying. And I should be able to get up and eat. I don't know. I turn it off in my mind. I don't hear it. But with Nico, he comes in. He'll place his his paw on my knee. He'll jump up on me. He'll nod me with his snout in the back. And that's a lot better feeling that, I have to eat. I do notice that he doesn't really respond to me if I drop too quickly. It's almost like he doesn't grab onto it enough. And that's no fault of Nico's. Just like a human being. Human beings make mistakes when they're trying to diagnose, and sometimes Nico can make a mistake. No problem for Nico. However, it is a problem for diabetics or the dogs to read a diabetic blood sugar. So, a lot of times, I will fall out of bed, I won't feel well, but I know that at that point it's a little late. Now, if I'm still awake, I will I'll grab for food, trying to raise my blood sugar. A lot of times, though, I've missed it. It's gone too far ahead, and I really start to feel ill. And ill, I know, well, it's going to be a moment and you're going to be out. Sometimes at night, I will sleep straight through it. I have a problem in that I don't find out blood sugars till they're too low, and it's like your whole body's shutting down. And that's when, you usually have the paramedics come and they help you out. Diabetics are not the best people to diagnose. We get stubborn, and that's the only part of the whole diabetic chain I would say I'm really good at getting stubborn. No, I'm okay. Same thing over and over again. But for yourself, and like I said at the beginning, your mind is always saying, okay, I gotta go do this. I gotta go get sugar. But you're not thinking, oh, yes, if, you know, that you have to go get it, and if you don't get it, and you'll do any means. And sometimes diabetics, we've always been taught, well, sit down, have a can of Coke or have quick acting sugar, wait 15 minutes, see if your blood sugar doesn't come up, and if it's 2 hours till your next meal, have another little snack. Well, for me, that doesn't work. And, a lot of times diabetics run into trouble. And that's when you'll find them drunk and people kind of push them off to the side, but that's when they get into problems. So, if you find a diabetic or a person who seems to be drunk on the side of the road and you see a medical alert, you should go and check the medical alert to see if they are diabetic and then call an ambulance. A brittle diabetic will be on the ground in 5 seconds. Not 5 seconds. A couple of minutes, they will be having problems. So allow that person to get food quickly. Sugary pop, fruit juice. A lot of people don't seem to think, but they will try to give diet pop. Diet pop will not help me, it won't help the other diabetics, because they have to get sugar. And, a lot of times, every time you try to give someone diet, it's not going to help their blood sugar. So, grab whatever you can, get it into the mouth, and if they come unconscious, put them in a recovery position and call the ambulance. But if you know someone's a diabetic and the whole attitude changes, that should be a quick sign. Now, my doctor, who I have known for I think 20 years, has said she can walk, if I was in the hospital, she could always walk into my hospital room and know if I was going low because I would start slurring, maybe not this presented, but I would start to slur. And if I slurred, she would know that I was having a diabetic seizure. That's the only indicator I have. And you start feeling like with a low blood sugar that you're kind of like in a tube that you can't get out of, or things don't start making sense to you. It's scary sometimes. And people say, well, why didn't you just take something? Well, it's hard to take something when your mind and your body are working together, you're confused. Well, it's kind of, well, why didn't you take things before you got that far? Well, because I don't realize a lot of times. So, a lot of times people need something from the outside world. Now, a lot of people, say, oh, um, I'm afraid to give sugar because it might cause damage, or don't worry about it. If in doubt, give sugar. And that's where I'm going to end this. Nico's here. Nico's ready to go for a walk. But if you're ever in doubt, give sugar. Have a good day. I'll talk with you later.